Hey there, back for day 2 of our shared reading, the book The Sleepover. We're going to dive back in. We're going to read it together. Hopefully you can read some of the words with Mrs. Quist, maybe even all of them. And then at the end, we're going to go back and we're going to be looking and learning about compound words. The Sleepover. The Sleepover. I went to Josh's house. I stayed overnight. It was my first sleepover. I was very happy. I was a little scared too. Mom said, "Pack what you need for the sleepover, Jake." I said, "I need the big green suitcase." I packed an apple, a bear, a cat, and a drum. I packed some eggs, a fan, my goat, and my hat. I packed a stuffed iguana, a jack-in-the-box, a kite, and a leaf. I packed a map, a nest, an octopus, my pajamas, and my quilt. I packed a ring, my skates, a turtle, an umbrella, and a violin. I packed my wagon, an x-ray, a yo-yo, and a zebra. My suitcase was full. Mom took me to Josh's house. "Hi," said Josh. "I'm happy you're here." I showed Josh my green suitcase. I showed him all my things. It's a lot of things. Josh came to my house the next week. He had a big yellow suitcase. He packed everything he needed. "Hi, Josh." Awesome. All right, so if we look on page 2, there are some really big words on this page. This word right here, overnight, and sleepover. But I don't let those words stump me or slow me down. I use a strategy called chunky monkey, and I use it for compound words because I break the word into smaller chunks. So if we look at this word overnight, if I cover up the ending and I just look at the first chunk, I can sound it out. It's only 4 letters, right? Over, over. And then if I cover that part up, I have the second part. I can sound that out. Night. And if I put it together, overnight, that's the word, overnight. Good job. Let's try this one. Let's cover up the ending chunk. And we can sound out the first chunk. Sleep. Sleep. And it's the second chunk. Over. Here's my chunks. Sleep. Over. Put them together. Sleepover. That's a compound word. We've been doing compound words almost the entire year, right? Now you can find them in the books that you read. You just have to cover up part of the word to read a smaller chunk of it, and then read the second part, and your brain can put them together. So let's make a list. So here I have the word. Here's our first chunk, over. And then we sounded out the second chunk, night. Say it with me, overnight. Okay, here's our other word we sounded out. Our first chunk was sleep, and the second chunk was over. Can you put them together? Sleep over. Okay, can you think of some other compound words? I know we even have one is a sight word. I know that you can read this compound word. This is on our sight word list. Let's break it up. If we cover up the ending, here's our first chunk. What's that word? In. And then if we cover that up, what's our second chunk? To. Can you put it together? Into. Good blending. What's another one? Oh, I've got one. Let's try this word. Can you help me do the chunks for this word? Here's our first chunk. It's a sight word. To. Here's our second chunk. It's another sight word. Day. Put them together. Today. All right, here's a trickier one. My I bet some of you know this first chunk. We'll have to sound out the second chunk. Do the first chunk. What's that word? Dog. Dog. Here's the second chunk. House. House. Dog. House. Dog house. Okay, and let's try one last one. I can get my marker open. I just put lotion on. Sorry. Okay, let's try this one. This one has another sight word in it. Okay, that's a big, huge word. But don't worry about it. We can use Chunky Monkey and find chunks that have sight words in them. What's this sight word? Play. We didn't even have to sound it out. That was easy. And now here's the second chunk. We can sound it out. Here's an R blend. Ground. 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 Playground. Can you put it together? Playground. Great work. Maybe you can make a list of 2 or 3 more compound words with someone at your house, a grown-up, a brother or sister, or maybe you can just say them to yourself if you're doing this all by yourself. All right, have fun reading today.